Today on The Young and the Restless, Nick stands his ground with his father. Esther has comforting words for Devon, and Daniel says goodbye to Lucy. At Chancellor Winters, Esther tells Devon it's great to have him back and they hug. She says Mrs. C would be so happy since family meant everything to her. Lily appears and agrees. She and Devon embrace. On Crimson Light's patio, Lucy tells Daniel they have tons of time, but he's worried about getting her to the airport on time. She says he worries too much. Daniel appreciates her making the trip. Lucy says she loved Phyllis, and she knew he needed her. Daniel tells his daughter her being at the memorial really helped. Lucy notices that he's still wearing the bracelet she made but senses he's uncomfortable. She asks, "Dad, what's going on? Do I need to stay longer to make sure you're okay?" Daniel tells Lucy she can't stay but admits she's right. He's having a tough time figuring out his way through this world that his mother is no longer a part of. He assures her he'll get through it. He thought he had years left with her and now it's just gone. At Newman, Victor walks into the office and tells Nikki he knew he'd find her there. She asks him to hold on as she finishes up her work. Once she's done, they embrace. Nikki asks if he wants to talk to her about something. Victor sighs and tells her about Sally's pregnancy. Noticing his wife's expression, he asks, "Did you know about this?" At Crimson Lights, Sharon is putting the finishing touches on a gift when Adam walks in and jokes, "Aw, you shouldn't have." Sharon tells him the present is for Mariah and Tessa's surprise baby shower. It's been a long journey for them and it's time to soak up the joy. Adam grins, not to mention it's your first grandchild. How is that not a reason to celebrate? He says she was glowing when they brought the baby in. Sharon thanks him. Adam then tells her he has baby news of his own. In Sally's suite, she asks how Nick slept, and he says, not great. She wonders if he's upset about her asking Adam to join them at the ultrasound. She knows it's not what he wants. "I just hope that on top of everything else, this hasn't gotten to be too much for you." Nick says he's alright with Adam coming to the appointment. He is the father of the little boy or girl. He realizes he'll have to share the child with Adam when it comes, but he won't share her. Sally reassures him, "I'm all yours." He kisses her neck and tells her he has to run by the office to see Victoria. He'll meet her and Adam at the coffee house. They kiss. At Crimson Lights, Sharon asks Adam, "What's your big news?" Adam says today is the day he and Sally find out if their baby is a boy or a girl. Sharon's excited for him. Adam explains he's meeting Nick and Sally there prior to the appointment. Sharon muses about the three of them being a modern family. Adam says they're all doing the best they can, including Nick, which surprises him. He thinks children deserve to come into the world with a clean slate and deserve unconditional love. Climate bill to boost U.S. oil and gas industry. At Newman, Nikki hedges that she didn't think he would take the news about Sally now. She adds that the first trimester of pregnancy is stressful enough without having Victor Newman on your case. Victor asks, "Are you defending this woman?" Nikki is protecting her child, which will be a Newman. At Chancellor Winters, Devon and Lily agree to head up their own divisions and have the final say in them. They will have each other's back. Lily has missed him and is so happy he's back. "It has been a rough few months, but here we are, so let's get to work," she smiles. On the coffee house patio, Lucy hasn't given much thought to what it would be like if she didn't have Daniel or her mom anymore. "How you handle it?" Daniel replies, "I'll be okay." Lucy worries about him not taking care of himself. Daniel vows he won't spiral back to that place he was in, and says he has the bracelet as a reminder that she cares. Lucy tells him he needs more than just her in his life. Inside Crimson Lights, Sharon admires how Adam is handling the situation with Sally and Nick. He wasn't given much choice. Sharon asks if he's given up his feelings for Sally. He hasn't. He still loves her and wishes they could be a family. Sharon has seen him with Connor and knows he'll be a great dad to the baby. Adam notes it's Sally's first child, so he'll take his cues from her in the early days, but after that he'll be a 50-50th parent. Sharon asks if he's hoping for a boy or girl. Adam says, "I'll tell you later," as Sally walks in. At Newman, Victor rails that the spectral woman can never be trusted, yet she's reeled in both of his sons to tie herself closer to their family. He complains about the rest of the family keeping it from him. Nikki says it was about letting it play out. Nick will eventually break up with her, but if they interfere it could blow up in their faces. Victor grumps. What if that never happens? What if she decides to carry on this charade indefinitely? Nick appears and asks, "What charade would that be?" Victor replies, "The charade that you are involved in, son. What the hell is the matter with you? You're carrying on with a woman that's pregnant with your brother's child. Are you mad? Or are you doing it to torment your brother?" On Crimson Light's patio, Daniel tells Lucy she doesn't have to worry about him. She thinks he needs other people close by he can trust and depend on, friends like Lily. Daniel wonders if she's trying to play matchmaker because she's not that subtle. Lucy says subtle is for cowards. He tells her they're friends. Lucy argues that they used to be more. Daniel explains that if you take that risk and blow it, you can lose that relationship forever. Lucy says it's very Ross and Rachel. She wonders if that's the real reason he's hesitating and hates the thought of him being alone. Daniel insists he has plenty of friends and acquaintances. Lucy urges him not to push people away. It's weird, and it's exactly how you blow things with a woman like Lily, by not appreciating what's right in front of your face. Inside, Sharon steps away to take a call from Mariah, and Adam assures Sally that if Nick is held up, they can meet him at the doctor's. They won't start without him. He promises everything will work out as it's meant to. At Newman, Nick intones, "As I've told you many, many times before, my personal life is none of your concern." Victor hollers, "Son, it is my concern. Don't you see what's happening? That woman is playing the odds with both my sons. It's embarrassing. She can't hold on to Adam, so she latches on to you. Making fun of both of you." Nick says he has no idea what he's talking about, but he understands that won't stop him. Victor asks, "Doesn't this bother you at all? What this looks like to people?" At Chancellor Winters, Devin says he regrets not being there for Lily before. She's just glad he's back and they're okay. Devin appreciates Daniel stepping in and plans to let him know that. He asks how he's doing with his mom's passing. Lily says it's going to get worse before it gets better, if anyone knows that it's them. "I'm pretty worried about him right now." At Newman, Victor rants that it's bad enough that Nick and Victoria have done everything in their power to keep Adam out of the family business. Now you're showing callous disregard for your brother. Nick argues he had nothing to do with Victoria blocking the acquisition of McCall Unlimited. He was okay with Adam running it. He's also not doing anything to prevent Adam raising his kid, neither is Sally, far from it. Victor booms, "You're standing in the way of them raising that child as a family." Nikki wonders why her husband isn't concerned with Adam being involved with the chaotic, destructive person. He retorts, "Of course I am. I don't approve of any of this nonsense." He informs Nick that he needs to bow out of this for everyone's sake. Nick reminds his father that Adam is not a child but a grown man, and he's made his choices. He'll have to live with the repercussions. Adam pushed Sally away, and he won't coddle him because there's a baby on the way. Victor wonders how long he intends to carry on with this. Does he intend to raise that child and marry her? That's nuts. That choice should be Adam's. At Crimson Lights, Sally and Adam banter about baby names. Adam has ideas, but they have time, and should name their little one together as the child begins its own legacy. Sally muses that Newman will be part of that legacy. Adam hopes the little one will find a way to breathe new life into it. On the patio, Daniel wonders when Lucy got so wise. She wants another day with him, but he says her mother would kill him. She takes his hand and they walk out. Inside, Sally tells Adam she overheard the tail end of his conversation with Sharon earlier. Adam muses, "Which gender I was hoping for?" Sally asks if he actually has a preference. Adam shrugs, "Not really." He notes that if it's a girl, she'll be as smart as her mother, and he'll be outnumbered. If it's a boy, he'll be welcomed into this world with boundless love. Sally reflects that whether the father was him or Nick, the child was destined to be loved. At Newman, Nick informs Victor that he, Sally, and Adam are managing the situation just fine and don't need his interference. Nikki sniffs that she and Victor have strong opinions about Sally. Nick replies, "Mom, I love you. But no offense, you've got to butt out of this." Victor hollers that he is offended and yells at Nick about yesterday in the coffee house. He saw Sally and Adam flirting and getting kind of close and inserted himself right in between them. Nick denies that's what happened but admits he was justified. If you give Adam 1 inch, Victor says it's just one more example of how he's trying to thwart him. He's been trying for years to integrate that boy into their family, and Nick and his sister have done nothing but throw one obstacle after another in his way. I'm sick and tired of your lack of loyalty to him and to me. Nick is out of there and barks. Leave Sally alone. She doesn't deserve this. Daniel arrives at his suite and sighs before sitting down. He opens his laptop but can't work and closes it again. He's pacing when a knock comes at the door. It's Lily. Hi. Daniel thought she had work. Lily says she took a break and asks if he's okay. He doesn't respond, so Lily takes him into her arms. At Chancellor Winters, Esther tells Devon that Lily stepped out. She recalls that when Mrs. C found out he was her grandson, it rocked her world. He wasn't interested in connecting, but she went the extra mile to bond by learning sign language. She's glad she and Lily worked to make Chancellor Winters whole again. She knows Mrs. C and Neil are looking down right now and smiling. Devon says, "Thank you, I love you." They embrace. In Daniel's suite, he tells Lily he hated seeing Lucy go. Without her and his dad there, he's never felt so alone. It's scary, but he promised his daughter he'd be okay. Lily says she sent her a text. Daniel's embarrassed. She wants you to know you're loved and you're not alone. Lily kisses him. You're not alone. They kiss again. At Newman, Nikki informs Victor he'll have to find a way to accept this. Victor feels the Spectra woman could spell the destruction of their family. Nikki thinks they're a powder keg. She doesn't know how it will blow up, but she knows this. If he continues to criticize, it will be the three of them against him. Victor grumbles, "I don't give a damn." Nikki continues, "You are just going to have to let them figure it out without any input. Listen to me. If they band together, they could block you access to the child. She knows it would kill him to not be a part of its life." Nikki gets up and goes to give him a hug. More. What Y and R's doing with Mariah and Tessa will backfire. At Crimson Lights, Sally decides they should go without Nick. She'll text him and ask him to meet them there. Nick walks in. Adam says, "You just made it? That's great." Nick tells Adam, "I'll take it from here. We'll meet you at the appointment." Adam nods, "Yep," as Sharon takes in his disappointment.